Hey everybody, Blake Bowman here with Gorilla Zen Fitness. Today I'm going to be going over all of the best glute activation or butt strengthening exercises in all existence. So the glutes are really important in stabilizing the pelvis, preventing low back injury, and adding a lot of power to your squat and other motions that involve the lower body. And in a lot of people that sit down all day, their glutes are going to be shut off and underactive and weak, and their hamstrings are going to be too strong and dominant. The hamstrings actually are supposed to work with the glutes to perform hip extension, which means take your leg back that way. Right behind you. So when you're like sprinting, when your leg goes behind you, that's called hip extension. And like I said, your hamstrings are supposed to work with your glutes. When your hamstrings are too strong relative to your glutes, you experience something called synergistic dominance, when the hamstrings do most of the work and the glutes don't do anything. So when you have this going on, if you try to do glute strengthening exercises that involve hip extension, what you're really doing is you're making that muscle imbalance worse. You're making the hamstrings more overactive and you're keeping the butt really weak. Before we start strengthening the glutes, we've got to shut off the overactive hamstring. So get yourself a softball, basically put it way deep up high in your upper hamstrings and put all your weight on it like this, okay? You can come all the way down the hamstring. You want to do this for each leg, really digging that thing in there, looking for those hot spots for about 2 to 3 minutes on each leg. After you've done that, you can hit a forward fold stretch for about 2 sets of 1 minute. So you're basically going to stand up, hinge right from the hips. Make sure your back is straight here. We're just trying to hinge from the hips, right? And you're going to hold this, like I said, for about 1 minute. You can do 2 to 3 sets of it. So that should have shut off some of the neural drive going to the hamstrings, which are causing them to be overactive, which will allow the glutes to activate better, and it'll basically recruit more fibers in the glutes now that we've shut off those hamstrings. So basically, a lot of people think that squats and deadlifts are a really good way to activate glutes. And while they do get some glute activation, it's not really the best way to train the glutes, okay? Because when you're doing squats and deadlifts, you have something called an axial load, okay? The load vector is where the resistance is coming from. So when it's axial, it's either coming from top down, like during a back squat, or it's coming from down up, like during a leg press. And that's not the best way to activate the glutes. The best way to activate the glutes is to have a load vector that's called antero-posterior, which means the resistance is coming from the front and going out the back, right? So a good antero-posterior glute exercise is a hip thrust, okay? So you're gonna basically put your back on a bench like this. Don't post up in your elbows. Keep your arms out here. Get your feet a little bit wider in shoulder width and externally rotate your feet so they're pointing out like this, okay? From here, keep your whole back straight. Push yourself up and squeeze the butt, okay? Don't leave your upper back plastered on here and just do this, okay? This will aggravate your lower back. Move the whole back. Keep the whole spine in a neutral position as you do this and really squeeze the butt at the top, okay? This is an exercise that you can do for about 5 sets of 20. If that was too easy for you, then this is a progression. Just hold a plate on your lap as you do this. Feet out, wider in shoulder width. Exhale, push up and squeeze. One more progression that you might want to try is putting your feet on a dumbbell, okay? Assuming you don't have cylindrical dumbbells that are round. But basically, if you put your feet up on the sides of this thing, it externally rotates the femurs, which will help with the glute activation. You can do this one with the plate too, but basically put your feet up on a dumbbell and perform the exercise, keeping that back neutral. If at any point during those strengthening exercises you feel your hamstrings starting to really contract and get sore relative to your butt, then stop the set and go back to step 1, roll those hamstrings out, and then come back to the set and keep going. Thanks for watching this video and supporting me here on YouTube. If you liked this video and some of my other ones, then please give me some support on Facebook as well. I'm going to include a link in the description right down below. And basically, if you have not yet subscribed to my channel, then you can do so up here. Other than that, I'll see you next time.